Very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the events of the 16th of February 1992 are exceedingly simple to understand. A stolen car and lorry drove into the village of Coal Island. Terrorists then fired 30 rounds of armour-piercing ammunition from a heavy machine gun mounted on the back of a stolen lorry at the local police station. The other terrorists were armed with assault rifles. They then drove off at speed before arriving at St Patrick's Church in Clonoe, where they were engaged by the SAS with 4 terrorists neutralised. This was at 10:45 in the evening in February. It was therefore dark, and they were engaging heavily armed terrorists. Terrorists who were more heavily armed than the SAS were. You aren't out for a quiet evening drive in a stolen lorry with a heavy machine gun welded to the back while armed with an assortment of assault rifles. When 4 fully armed terrorists go out on a murder mission, that mission includes their escape plan. If the threat posed by such fully armed terrorists is neutralised, then that is a service to the public. There was no warning from those IRA terrorists to those they set to murder in the Coal Island RUC station. Last week we had another illustration of the corner system, which Labour is pledged to continue putting the security forces but never the terrorists in the dock. And we have further evidence of Republican double standards. On the one hand, they argue they engaged in a legitimate war, yet on the other hand, anyone fired on Republicans, then they cry foul. OK when they shoot an unarmed off-duty UDR man in the back, but unfair when heavily armed terrorists are taken out by the SAS. What sort of war is that? I do, however, Mr. Speaker, want to use this opportunity to welcome another legacy judgment. On Friday, the High Court delivered its judgment in the judicial review by the Northern Ireland Retired Police Officers Association against the Police Ombudsman. In that judgment, we have had an overdue clipping of the Ombudsman's wings. The language of the judgment is emphatic and it's clear. The Ombudsman's role is investigative and not adjudicative. Issues of criminal conduct or even misconduct are not for the Ombudsman to act as judge, jury and executioner on. Too often the Ombudsman has played to the anti-police gallery by throwing around findings of collusion or that such behaviour. The Ombudsman needs to take note of this judgment and stop making rulings which she has no power to make.